artistas, this is Miss Paula Liz, bienvenidos. Do you ever wonder how artists are able to make a drawing on a two-dimensional paper appear three-dimensional? Well, they use something called perspectiva to help them. Hoy, we will learn how we can use one-point perspective to create a three-dimensional drawing. Vamanos. Let's learn more. Today, we will use one-point perspective to create a landscape drawing. Hoy usaremos la perspectiva de un punto para crear un dibujo de un pasaje. One-point perspective can be used to create a three-dimensional space. Let's take a look at how Clementine Hunter visualizes space in two of her paintings. What objects appear to be closer to you? And what objects appear further away? Because everything's at the same level, it appears that they are the same distance apart. There isn't really any depth. Depth is the illusion of distance, cerca y lejos. Notice the difference de espacio within this other painting by Clementine Hunter. You can clearly see how she's painted larger objects towards the bottom in the foreground, medium-sized objects towards the center of the canvas in the middle ground, and smaller objects closer to the top in the background. This all helps to create the illusion of depth in her painting. One-point perspective takes profundidad a step further. One-point perspective is a drawing technique that shows how things appear to get smaller as they get further away, meeting in a single point on the horizon line. The horizon line is la línea donde the earth or sea appears to meet the sky. And the vanishing point is el punto on the horizon line where las líneas seem to disappear. These lines are also known as orthogonals. When you put these three pieces together, you're able to create the illusion of depth and 3D space on a 2D surface. Let's look at some more real-life examples. Are you able to find the two orthogonals in this photograph? Great job! How about the vanishing point? Can you find it? Wow, wonderful! Now, where do you think the horizon line is? Amazing! Now let's try with another image. Primero, find the orthogonals. Ahora busca el vanishing point. Notice how they all connect en este punto. Now can you find la línea horizonte? ¡Maravilloso! ¿Puedes hacerlo otra vez? Look for 4 or more orthogonals. Terrific! Do you notice where these orthogonals meet so that you can find the vanishing point? Excellent observation. And finally, what about the horizon line? Can you find it? Brilliant. Next, let's take a look to see how artists have used one-point perspective throughout history. This painting was created over 500 years ago in 1481 by Pietro Perugino. Look to see how many orthogonals you can find. Aquí hay dos that I noticed. What about the vanishing point? Do you think you know where it is? Yes, that's exactly it. And finally, what about the horizon line? Can you spot it? Wow, I'm impressed. Let's take a look at another painting. Esta pintura is by Gustav Caillebotte and was created in 1876. ¿Puedes buscar 5 or más orthogonals? Spectacular! Can you find where the vanishing point is? Right on! And what about the horizon line? This one might be a little difficult to find. Such tremendous observation skills. Ahora vamos mirar a more modern work of art. This illustration was painted in 2014 by artist Kadir Nelson. ¿Cuántos orthogonals can you find? I noticed many orthogonals on the road as well as the top of the buildings. ¿Y ves dónde está the vanishing point? Increíble! Y finalmente, can you find the horizon line? Sensational! I think you're ready to try this on your own now. ¿Está listo? To get started, you're going to want to draw a horizon line somewhere around the middle of your paper. Step 2 is to draw a vanishing point on your horizon line. I'm going to add mine near the center. Now I'm going to draw a road. To do this, I'm going to connect two diagonal lines to my vanishing point. This can become a path, railroad track, or bridge later. Next, we're going to add a building to our landscape drawing. To do this, we need to start with a rectangle. Once drawn, erase a horizon line inside. Ahora, let's use 1 point perspective to transform this rectangle into a three-dimensional form. Connect the top and bottom right corners to the vanishing point. In the space between these two orthogonals, draw a vertical line. This will be the back edge of your building. Erase the orthogonals that go beyond the vertical line as well as the remaining horizon line inside your building. Wow, my drawing already looks so three-dimensional. Ahora I'm going to show you how to draw a door on the side of the building. Empieza by dibujando a vertical line. And then draw an orthogonal connecting the top of this line to the vanishing point. Choose how wide you want your door to be and draw a vertical line between the two orthogonals. Don't forget to erase la línea that extends beyond. You can now add windows and creative details to your building. También puedes dibujar other elements such as a sidewalk, transform the road into railroad tracks, bridge, or something else. The choice is yours. You can follow the previous steps to draw another building in el otro lado, or you can add other objects such as a fence, people, or plants. I'm going to draw a tree. Cualquier cosas dibujas, make sure you draw an orthogonal connecting the top and bottom to the vanishing point. That way, if you add another tree further back, you'll know to draw it in between those two lines. Notice how this tree is further away, so it looks smaller. This creates the illusion of depth in my drawing. I can now complete my landscape by adding más detalles. Be sure to use your imagination. The more details, the better. When you're done drawing, it's time to add color. Recuerda to demonstrate good craftsmanship when adding color. Don't rush. Instead, take your time and do your best work. Ahora es tu turno. First, use 1 point perspective to draw a landscape. Remember to use your creativity. Después, add color to your work. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning about 1 point perspective. Y no puedo esperar a ver tu arte. Recuerda that artists use perspective to make objects on two-dimensional surfaces appear three-dimensional. There are many different types of perspectiva to explore. Take the time to experiment and see what new 3D forms you can create. Until next time, adios artistas!